What if I told you that the most dangerous thing a fighter could do in 2026 isn't getting knocked out in the octagon, but saying the wrong thing in an interview? Let me tell you about the battle brewing outside the cage between Ian Machado Garry and the people who think he's talking too much. You know, I've watched hundreds of fighters over the years, and I've never seen someone so unapologetically unfiltered as Garry. The guy's got a record that screams, "I'm a beast in the cage," 17-1 with 10 wins in the UFC, but when he steps off the mat, he's basically a walking controversy machine. Take that comment about women running the world, for instance. I mean, sure, it's a bold statement, but does it really belong in a pre-fight interview? It's like if LeBron James showed up to a press conference and started ranting about tax policy instead of talking about the game. What makes this really interesting is how it highlights the absurd double standard in combat sports. Fighters are expected to be warriors, but also perfect diplomats. Come on. We're talking about a guy who's literally fighting for a world title, and yet his most viral moment isn't a highlight reel, but a soundbite that makes people go what? Personally, I think the problem isn't Garry's opinions, it's the fact that he's letting them overshadow his actual talent. When you're the underdog in a fight against a guy like Islam Makhachev, who's on a 17-win streak, you need every ounce of credibility you can get. But if fans are more focused on whether he's a feminist or not, that's a distraction. What many people don't realize is that this isn't just about Garry, it's about how the UFC has become a reality TV show with gloves. Fighters are now brands, and their personalities are as marketable as their skills. But when a fighter's off-mic persona starts to clash with their on-mat identity, it creates this weird tension. I mean, think about it, if you're trying to sell a product called Ian Garry, do you want your marketing campaign to include a quote about gender politics? It feels like a missed opportunity. One thing that immediately stands out to me is how Brandon Schaub's criticism mirrors the "shut up and fight" meme that's been around for years. But here's the twist, Schaub actually disagrees with that philosophy in general. He's the guy who used to argue that fighters should have a voice. Now he's saying, "Shut up and fight," because Garry's talking too much. That contradiction is fascinating. It shows how even the most vocal critics can flip their stance when it comes to their own interests. What this really suggests is that the line between personality and professionalism is getting blurrier by the day. And honestly, I think that's a good thing. Fighters should be allowed to be human. But when that humanity starts to alienate the very fans they need to win over, it's a problem. So here's the bigger question, is Garry's controversial personality a liability or an asset? If he wins, will people remember his victory or his viral quotes? And if he loses, will it be because he wasn't good enough, or because he talked too much? I'm not sure, but one thing's certain, this fight isn't just about striking and grappling. It's about the image wars happening in the shadows of the cage.